How can you make financial decisions today to help you succeed tomorrow? A great question, and I think this is actually something that I believed in a lot because as I was growing up, I wasn't really wealthy, and so as I kind of grew up to kind of learn to build savings, to build income, and to build wealth at the same time, it all started with building savings. And the way we build savings is simply by sacrificing the things we don't need. I think a lot of people, when they think about their finances, they think about what money they take in and what money they owe people, and then they look at that the rest of it as a reserve. You see, the way I look at money is every penny counts and everything has a value. So anytime you get money in from something, then I look at the real cost of something, like the net value, not the monthly payment, not if you can afford it for the moment, but rather, first, do you really need it? Two, can you do without it? And three, what is the opportunity cost for making that purchase or not putting that savings? So if you're going out all the time and you're drinking, you're going out and you're spending a lot of money in clubs, that's money that you're losing, that you're not keeping. These are things you could be doing without in order to fuel a business, in order to fuel yourself for growth, in order to set your savings up to buy a house, things that are going to have value in your future. So I think a lot of times we have to make tough decisions, especially when money is kind of like resources and money is scarce. And we need to be able to actually make the choice as to what matters most to us. Is it that moment? Is it that day? Is it just that going out that night? Or is it the long term of what we could do with that money and time that we're actually wasting away? Now, sometimes, obviously, we're human beings, we need balance. So a lot of times we should have the ability and the opportunity to go ahead and change, like at least to have maybe like one particular night when we go out where we refresh ourselves, one vacation we take, kind of like that one kicker we need to kind of motivate ourselves. But it needs to come with limitations, right? Like too often do we give ourselves reasons and excuses why we do things that are completely not necessary. So, one of the things I say is being honest with yourself financially is the first and most important part of financial success. It comes from being able to understand truly what your needs are versus your wants, rather than wasting time trying to tell yourself that all of your wants are really needs and they're pushing you to go forward and this and that. If you're spending thousands of dollars just to motivate yourself to be successful, then you need to rethink your motivation or how you plan to succeed in the long run, because you're not going to have that opportunity to do that for yourself all the time. So being able to differentiate your needs and wants and being able to look at everything for the true opportunity cost is ultimately what you'll need to succeed. All right, so how can you get out of your family's business and kind of get started on your own, especially with all the relationships between your family members and yourself and transitioning from one to the other?